Hello and welcome to the Not the Old Firm YouTube channel. My name is Ben Bytes. Today's video looking back on Dundee's transfer window. We spoke to manager James McPake and deadline signing Leigh Griffiths this week, so it gives us a good opportunity to dive into a bit of the move which took Leigh Griffiths from Celtic back to Dens Park, where he played for a couple of years at the start of his career, as well as James McPake's overall assessment of the transfer window. So if you do enjoy this type of content, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. That would be much appreciated. We are pushing for 1,000 subscribers, and that would help us a lot in making content like this on a more regular basis. We haven't done one of these for every club, seeming just for the sole fact we haven't spoke to the clubs yet about their transfer business, with the international break ongoing and clubs not resuming their media activities, mostly until next week. But Dundee did hold a media event midweek after the signing of Leigh Griffiths, a move that took a lot of people's attention. Been rumoured all summer about Leigh Griffiths potentially leaving Celtic after over 250 appearances, I think. Multiple titles, multiple Scottish Cups. It's been rumoured he could go to Hibs, could go abroad, could go down south, and there were options for Griffiths elsewhere, but he has chosen to return to Dens Park with someone he knows well, James McPake, who he played with at Livingston and Hibs. In terms of Dundee's overall business, they brought in Ryan Sweeney, Killian Sheridan, Luke McKeown, Paul McMullen, his loan deal from Dundee United being permanent, Ian Lawler and Corey Panter as well arriving. So that did Dundee in terms of incomings after their promotion from the Championship. In terms of outgoings, Osman Sow now plays in the second tier of Thai football. I think I've said that right. Goalkeepers Callum Ferry and Jack Hamilton left. A couple of youngsters as well moved out on loan. But overall, a pretty strong window for Dundee. Kept all their sort of key players. A lot of experience in there as well. Perhaps push for the top six, but perhaps most importantly after promotion via the playoffs last season is keeping in top things. So I'll not waste time rambling on too much. We'll let you hear from Leigh Griffiths and James McPake. We'll start with Leigh Griffiths, who explained his move back to Dens Park, why it was the move for him, different offers elsewhere, and a bit of the social media frenzy that came with his signing. His signing was leaked online a few hours before signing, and let's just say Griffiths wasn't too happy about that, but we'll let the man himself do the talk.
Are you happy to get it all done, sorted?
Yeah, I just need to come and play football, and James has given me that opportunity to come and play here and make sure that I'm doing everything right.
How late in the window did you know this was a possibility for you?
It was brewing for a few days, and then there was a couple of things down in England that I could have went to, but James made his intentions clear that since I've known him, he's always wanted the best for me, and coming here to familiar surroundings that I'm looking forward to playing.
There were other clubs interested, but is it the chance to play every week and perhaps get back to the goal scoring form you showed before?
Yeah, but I need in that jersey. It's not the fact that I'm going to come here and I'm going to walk into the first team 11. So it's I need to work hard in training and make sure that I'm doing everything right so that I can be picked every week.
I know you've spoke about perhaps not having any points to prove in this league, but how frustrating has the sort of last year been? You've had all that sort of criticism.
Yeah, listen, you're always going to get criticism wherever you go. People vent their opinions and people want you to do well, and it's just you need to try and, for me now, it's just blocking all that out and just concentrating back on football.
Football is all about confidence, and week in, week out. Is that something that you're looking forward to getting back into once you've got yourself ready?
Yeah, like you said, it's confidence. It's a game, so the more minutes I get under my belt, and the more chances I get, hopefully the goals will come, and they'll start flowing, and we get the 3 points, and move ourselves up the table, and bring the smile back on my face.
The setup here at Dundee is a very attacking setup that they have. Lots of width, obviously, with McMullen and things. So they have Charlie Adams bringing through. Was that part of the reason that excited you about coming to Dens Park?
No, what excited me is that how much the gaffer wanted me here. Like I say, he's knew me for my full career. I've been at Hibs, I've been at Livingston with him. He knows what I can do, and it's just about implementing myself in the game and bringing my experience to that changing room. That you've got guys like Charlie Adam who's played at the top level in Premier League, but I'm one of the more experienced heads now, and I can bring what I've learned over the course of the last few seasons with the managers I've played under and bring my ideas, and hopefully that I can take that on board with him.
Well, apart from the manager, was the hook for Dundee for yourself? Because you had other offers obviously on the table.
Yeah, like I said, I had other offers, but you know, he made me feel wanted. He made me feel that, you know, I was going to be part of something here, and although I need to work hard to get in the 11, if I get there and play well, then I'll stay there.
Do you feel that there will be an opportunity for yourself to perhaps to get back into international fold with playing here at Dundee?
Listen, I'm not even thinking about that just now. You know, Steve's got a settled squad, and he seems to be doing really well. We've got a tough fixture tonight, so I wish him all the best. But we've got a tough, you know, a few games. But you know, it's just about me getting minutes under my belt, making sure I'm fit and firing, and making sure I'm training well every day.
The last one for me is about the fans. Obviously, the frenzy that was in and around the Dundee fans yesterday morning when you tweeted that picture from the FaceTime.
I never tweeted it. It was a mistake that got out. You know, I was on FaceTime with my wee boy who's a big me fan, but he's a Dundee fan. He stays in Dundee, so you know, the shocked expression on his face when he found that I was here was a picture. But I never tweeted the picture. So it got forwarded on, which it shouldn't have done until, you know, the announcement was made, which, you know, was a bit of sweet taste in the mouth about it.
Yeah, but again, obviously the frenzy that it created with the fans, you're just so welcome back here by the fans. There was so much excitement yesterday.
Yeah, listen, I've not got a bad word to say about the club. You know, they treated me well for the 18 months that I was here. I've got fond memories of the place. You know, we've done something extraordinary when I was here, and I'm looking forward to, you know, trying to put smiles back on their faces again.
And we'll also hear now from James McPake. This one's a bit lengthier. James does like a good chat when it comes to the media. I can mind he did at Morton away. While I wasn't there dealing with the audio and stuff from that game, James McPake did a 24-minute press conference at the end of the Morton game in the Championship at Capello last year. I believe the game finished 1-1. And so yeah, he can talk, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that's criticism, it's a very good thing for us. But it does leave us with plenty of audio and video to share with you from that presser. Speaking all things Dundee's recruitment, a bit about Charlie Adams' injury. It went off in the last weekend's game against Motherwell. He probably will be out for a few weeks. That wasn't known at the time. He was still getting scanned at the point we spoke to him midweek. So if you're wondering why it's a bit vague, that's why. It does look like he'll be out for a good few weeks anyway. So just to clear that up before watching this, as well as about Dundee's overall business and what Leigh Griffiths will bring back to Dens Park.
Yeah, delighted to get Leigh in. It was a deal we had been working on for a couple of weeks, and Celtic eventually accepted our offer, or an offer that they felt acceptable on the day before it, and then it was just a case of getting everything done, and delighted to get him over the line. Look, he's a fantastic addition, and he's shown in the 2 days training just how good a player he is.
You've known Leigh for quite a long time throughout your career, through Hibs and Livingston, and now you're obviously going to be back at Dundee. How much of that was an influence on you actually being interested in bringing Leigh in the first place?
Well, what interests me in the very first place is his goals. His striker play. He's a top striker. You can't deny that. His record shows that. He's scored goals at every level. He's played at Scottish Championship, English Championship, Scottish Premiership. He's won multiple titles, multiple Scottish Cups, League Cups. Scored numerous goals at Hibs when I was there, and then he scored in the international stage as well. So he's a proven goal scorer at whatever level. So there's the first thing. You want players like that. When somebody like that becomes even half available, and you think you have a wee chance, and then we've shown before we're getting Graham in, Charlie, and then Leigh. We'll always make that wee bit of effort to have a wee nip to see if they're interested. The other side of Leigh is, yeah, I've known him for 15 years, so I've no problem bringing him. And people, the next question that's going to come is about the problems and all the stuff. Again, I've got Leigh the footballer to manage as a manager or a coach, and my coaching staff will do that as well. But I've also got Leigh the person, who, in my opinion, is a fantastic person. As I say, I've known him for 15 years, and he's still the same humble lad I knew at Livingston. He still wants to learn, and the big thing for Leigh and what keeps him happy is being out on the pitch and enjoying his football, scoring goals, playing in front of fans, which we're glad we've got back. So yeah, there I've answered that one that was going to come as well, probably.
You've spoken over the weeks about the exciting play that Dundee are playing with the attacking formations and things. That's really up his sort of street for what he's going to do. He's a fantastic finisher. You've got people like Charlie Adam and Paul McMullen who are going to supply balls to them. You must be looking forward to obviously the opportunity to see him out there at Dens Park again.
Yeah, I am. I think the fans will be as well. And look, he was here before, they loved him before. They've probably followed his career and seen what he's done and went on to achieve. I'm sure every Dundee fan celebrated his 2 free kicks against England as well, like I did. So it's to get him here, yeah, but he's not played a lot of football, and we'll get him right, we'll get him ready, and he'll be ready for Livingston, and the fans will get to see that. But there's more to this team than Leigh Griffiths and Charlie Adam, and they're just two parts of it. You say Paul McMullen, fantastic. Paul McGowan, fantastic. Jordan McGee, Lee Ashcroft. I'm not going to name them all. Adam Legstons, because I'll forget somebody and they'll fall out of me. But I think we're building a real good squad. It's a real mix of experience with some great young talent, and Max Anderson, who's away with Scotland under 21s and fully deserved, who was the best player on the pitch for me at Motherwell on Saturday by a mile. So no, look, he'll help Leigh with the way Max plays, and Leigh will help Max with the runs he makes. So all in all, for me it's a very good signing from the football club.
And yesterday the atmosphere around the fans, obviously when news broke that Leigh was here at Dens Park and he'd signed on the dotted line, it was just, social media was awash of welcomeness to Leigh to be back here. They just love him, the fans here.
Yeah, they do. From his time here, he's a defiant hero. We go back to that one, and he wants to come back and make another lasting impression, so that his second spell, he had 2 spells at Hibs, his 2 spells were very successful. He wants to do that again, make his second spell at Dundee very successful, and I think he will. As I say, in training the last 2 days, he's been excellent. His enthusiasm that's not changed, I can tell you that right away. Even though he's went away and won all those titles, and trophies, medals, whatever you want, his enthusiasm to go and score goals hasn't changed. I can tell you that in 2 days. I could tell you that by speaking to him. That's what he loves most, is scoring goals. But he works hard, and he can score all types of goals, and that's why the fans are excited, because they've seen him score all types of goals. Now it's our job to get him right, get him out there, and he'll help us this season.
Spoke about Max Anderson a wee bit, must be glad to, I know maybe there wasn't any offers for that, but there's starting to be a bit amount of interest in him. As sky's the limit for him really in the coming windows and things like that.
Yeah, he's a lot to learn, and having people like Charlie, Leigh, as I say, Paul McGowan, who's been played close to maybe 400 games now, not just for us but for top flight games or whatever Paul's games is, but his experience, having that experience, Adam Legstons. And the one thing about Max, he's a sponge. He's great to work with. Now when you look at it and you go back, Max was probably the one a wee bit behind in terms of Finn Robertson was one. Finn gets the injury, Max steps in, he works in his game ever so hard, so look, he's so humble, he's so hard working that you're dragging him off the training pitch every day. And he's an example to all our academy kids about how much hard work and dedication to the game, what it gets you. Well, it gets you in the first team, it gets you picked, and then it gets you international recognition. So I'm delighted for him. He can go far in the game, but he needs to keep progressing, which I'm sure he will, because he's so level-headed and so humble and so good to work with that I think he'll go and have a great career. But he's still got to work very hard on that and learn from these experienced guys and the coaches.
How happy are you with the window as a whole then? Fairly decent names as well getting in again.
Yeah, delighted. Again, we say we work on targets, and Leigh Griffiths probably, when I done the FaceTime call at Rugby Park, at that point people made a joke about that's a target along with Robert Snodgrass. Yeah, I'd love Snoddy to come as well, but at that point Leigh wasn't a target. But like when Graham came, when Charlie came, when these players pop up, then you ask the question first and foremost, and Leigh's enthusiasm to say, yeah, I want to come and work with you, I need to get out and play. Brilliant. So we got Leigh in, and then there's been other additions which we went over when we've signed them. So on the piece, yeah, I'm very happy. The problem being still is COVID is still around. It's hit us a couple of times. Last week again we had a couple of players out, and that's the frustrating part. But that's at every club. So in terms of our club, I'm really happy with the window when the squad is fit and healthy. We've a really strong squad for this division. I believe to do what we've set out to achieve is to stay up, and Leigh's going to help us do that.
You've spoken about the guys, Graham Dorrans, Charlie Adam, Leigh's the latest one. I don't know if you're something like 20 quid for a night out or something like that, but what are you doing to convince them to come here? Because it can't just be you're there, mate. It has to be something like that.
I'm not signing mates. If I sign mates, then I'll lose my job. I'm signing good footballers, top footballers, and that's look. I've signed Leigh as a footballer, not as a mate. The same way, and this gets bandied about a lot. Paul McGowan plays because he's my mate. No, he doesn't. Paul McGowan plays because last season he was one of the most consistent players in our team. Just ask Gordon Strachan that. He thought he was the best player in the team last season. So that's why Paul McGowan plays, because you know what you're getting every single week or every time you put him on the pitch, whether it's starting him or off the bench. It's not because he's my mate. I'm now the manager of the club. They're not my mates. I pick a team that we believe, or we pick a team that myself and Dave and the coaching staff would pick a team that we believe can win games. Now it doesn't always work. I take the hit on that. Fine, I'm the manager, but you just pick the phone up to these guys that you know. Yeah, the relationship's there, that helps, and you've got to then trust that bringing these players in that you can work with them, that they're willing to work with you, and all those players have. I thought Graham done great for us. He chose to go to Australia for a change of lifestyle, and he enjoyed his time out there. He's now back. Charlie's done fantastic, and let's get Leigh, give Leigh time, and I'm sure he'll do fantastic as well. But it's selling them what we want to do as a football club, getting them in and explaining to them how we work. And Liam Fontaine had that in as well, another experienced one. Adam Legstons, how do you get somebody from Burnley who could have signed for loads of teams in England? But we bring them in, we show them the way they work. Do they like it? If they want to do it, then fine, they sign. If not, we move on to the next one, but we seem to be signing more than we're losing.
Charlie Adam for the weekend, was it a groin injury he did?
Definitely out for the weekend because we've got the weekend off.
I was going to say, but is he definitely all right? And probably a good job that there is at the national break. So.
Yeah, but we're assessing it still, and he's had the scan, so we're waiting the results for that. But yeah, he's got the weekend off this weekend, thankfully.
Good stuff.
There's obviously adding Leigh into a squad that already has Jason Cummins and Paul McGowan, and it must be similar to characters in the dressing room.
Great. Yeah, I'm delighted with that. That's what you want. You want your dressing room to be. You want your players, your staff, everybody to turn up and want to come to work. I don't quite get the. I've not seen social media, but if that's what's coming out of social media, how do you control those three? Easy. Not a problem. Paul McGowan's never been a problem. Leigh Griffiths has never been a problem to me when I was his captain at Livingston, Hibs. He's not been a problem the last 2 days. Jason Cummins has been a problem once when we got promoted. He hung off a chandelier. So how do you handle them? They're footballers. They work ever so hard on the training pitch. They come in, they do their gym work, and they go away and they're human beings and they live their life. Great. I'm delighted I've got characters in the dressing room.
Obviously now that Leigh's here, how does the relationship change between the two of you? Obviously going from teammate, friends to now manager, how does that change between you two?
Exactly the same way it has with Paul McGowan, Graham Dorrans. Look, is it difficult? No. If they know the position, they know that it's a different relationship, and they accept that. And all three of them, only for a couple of days we leave it. Gowser done it great, Graham done it great, and then Paul and Graham and Leigh, that's three of my closest in football friends. I've not got many in football, I must say, but that's nods into that. If I could get him, I just keep saying it in case it pops up somewhere in maybe the next transfer window. But I've not got many in football. Dave's the other one. No, so the relationship there. They're a player. I'm the manager of the football club. But the big thing is we're all here for the one purpose, and it's to bring success to Dundee Football Club, nothing else. So the relationship, that's the relationship. Let's all work together, work hard, and bring success to this football club.
And now that Leigh's in, how does that change your aim for the season, or is it just all the same? Stay up and go as high as you can.
Stay in the division first and foremost, then we'll see where we're at.
And that's all we've got time for on this video. We hope you have enjoyed. Do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated as we push for that 1,000 subscriber goal. We'll have a reaction to Scotland v Moldova on Sunday morning. And we will also have reaction to the crucial Austria game. Not that the Moldova game is important, and that's also crucial if Scotland wants to make World Cup Qatar next year. But that game should be a victory, and if it's not, there'll be complete anarchy. So I think the one everybody is putting their eyes on is that Austria game on Tuesday. So we'll have a reaction to that, hopefully on the Tuesday night as well. And then we'll move back into the Premiership action. But that's all good time for us. We've already said, please do subscribe. That would be much appreciated. And until next time, take it easy.